When you think about career growth, do you also think about that coworker who doesn't work as hard as you, who's not quite as intelligent as you, but who keeps getting promoted, and you don't? Is she the boss's niece? Does she have dirt on the VP of sales? Is the head of human resources her die-hard fan? Or is she just attacking her career from a different perspective? She might have some inside connection, but it's more likely that she's just personally taking responsibility for her career development, while you're waiting for someone else to show you the way. It's logical to expect your boss to give you a promotion when you've earned one. It's also logical to expect the HR department to have a succession plan in place that involves promotions at all levels, including yours. But if you want to experience career growth, you need to take matters into your own hands. 5.1 Hints for those who want to revive their careers. To a large extent, it can be assumed that people have to perform same activities in their jobs quite regularly for a longer period of time. For that reason, different people become quite an ordinary person because according to their own perceptions a job is just a job and nothing else. They also perceive that they have to rotate the circle and at the same time they have to conduct same kinds of exercises whole day, and that's all. Therefore, those people who are facing issues and concerns regarding monotony in their jobs need to think from this point of view that it is the high time to start thinking about their professions seriously. In this concern, there are 10 different hints mentioned so that people could assume that their careers need bit more innovation and proactive thinking. These 10 hints or signs are described as follows. 1. When people are not motivated in conducting new assignments. There is no point of denying this aspect that people need some sort of creativity in their professions. At times, this attribute has been observed that people start losing focus or interest in their jobs because of lack of innovation. Therefore, they often neglect new tasks and assignments, and as a result, they miss the opportunity of learning distinct ways of leadership. This is due to the reason that new projects actually provide learning opportunities by which people are able to work in groups or teams. Therefore, people need to remain motivated in their jobs all the time in order to move forward in their careers. Sometimes, this kind of attitude or behavior produces negative consequences on the careers of different people, and it also shows that the current job duties are affecting their motivation levels to a certain extent. 2. You are annoyed of the same schedule. This is another significant sign that shows people are often annoyed when they are asked to do same activities for a longer period of time. During this situation you are habitual of performing same tasks such as completing day-to-day activities, having dinner and cup of coffee and then coming back to home after work. Therefore, you should bring some kind of innovation in your activities so that you can cope up with the challenge of repetitiveness successfully. If you are just going through these symptoms, then it is the high time to make some interesting changes in your job so that you could start enjoying your job activities again. 3. Committing errors or mistakes regularly. When it comes to performing the same routine task for the indefinite time period, people start making small errors. At this point in time, people should realize that there is something missing in their jobs, and because of this missing element people are committing errors on a regular basis. In this way, your performance could be badly affected and your relationship with your fellow employees and managers could be disturbed as well. 4. You are not making full use of your potential. The same schedule and job activities actually hinder the true potential of a person, and as a result, you are not allowed to use your cognitive and other skills in the desired manner. People in their job are needed to show their skills in such a manner that they could achieve greatness in their careers. If you are feeling that you are not using your strengths and imaginations in your job, then there is serious need of evaluating your career in an appropriate way. 5. You have not been able to achieve desired expertise. It does happen with so many people in their professions that they are not able to achieve desired outcomes in their careers. During this scenario, people do not enhance their level of expertise, and as a result, they lack required experience and commands in their jobs. At this point, people should perceive that they are needed to examine their career directions in a careful manner. 6. The salary level is not increased as expected. This is another hint or sign that suggests your career needs serious and effective evaluation in order to progress in the right direction. This is crucial to understand that people after spending years in the same organization are not provided the desired kind of financial benefits and increment. Thus, their motivation drops at this point in time, and it also indicates that it is the high time to start focusing on their career growth in a sufficient way. 7. People are not satisfied with their jobs. As far as the importance of job satisfaction is concerned, people are committed and dedicated when they attain or maintain a higher level of job satisfaction. If people are not provided the required level of job satisfaction in their careers, their performances start declining, and for that reason, people begin complaining about their jobs that create negative impacts on their jobs in the end. 8. You are affecting your relationship with your manager. There is no point of denying this truth that people switch their jobs or organizations because of their managers. Therefore, these are the persons who could actually make your job exciting and at the same time rewarding. In this concern, being a professional, you are supposed to sustain a healthy and meaningful working relationship with your manager, otherwise start thinking about your career because you will not be able to work for a longer period of time. 9. The job is not offering learning opportunities. This attribute should be taken into consideration, as many times it happens that the job which you are performing is not providing enough learning opportunities and innovation. After a certain period of time, you realize that the current job is not beneficial when it comes to attaining the opportunities, therefore, it is better to think and plan your career. 10. When you have lost confidence in yourself, at times people do not assume the negative impacts of wrong jobs, and as a result, their confidence level begins declining. During this scenario, you start asking about your personal strengths, and in this way serious doubts are created in your mind regarding your productivity or effectiveness. If you are feeling these kinds of thoughts in your mind, then it is strongly recommended to pursue your career in the right direction. All these above-mentioned signs should be assumed in the right manner in order to think and plan your career in the desired manner. People are needed to proactively act so that they could effectively anticipate the negative impacts of these above-described signs in the right way. When you think that your current job is not allowing you to use your skills, knowledge, and abilities in the desired way, then you have to move forward in order to safeguard your profession. 5.2 How to rev up your career fall? Moving your career forward in tough times. If you relate to these signs of distress in your job, don't despair. Many people feel as if their career is dying at some point in their working lives, but they do recover. Here are some of the steps to take to restore your career's health. Check out how real your assessment is. Sometimes people think the worst without any real evidence. Or they jump to the wrong, and worst, conclusions. A client recently told me how astonished she was when a star staffer complained of being ignored and marginalized. In fact, my client had been busy on a new work project that had simply sidelined her attention. Get the facts. If you think you have reason to believe your career is dead, a candid conversation with your boss is in order. Determine your financial needs. Be realistic about how much money you really need at your life stage. People often cling to jobs well past their expiration date based on false notions of financial requirements or overestimations of the importance of money or security. If your career is dead, pretending it isn't will not give you more security. Accept the facts. I hear from many angry people feeling they are the victims of unjust employer behavior. Their description of the lack of fairness may be accurate, but continuing to be angry will not change the facts. Rather than bemoaning it, swallow the bitter pill and determine how to overcome the unfairness of it all. Consider whether you've changed. There may be nothing wrong with your job. Instead, your needs and desires may have shifted without you even realizing it. Often as we get older, work that is in tune with our values or providing an opportunity to leave a legacy become more important than the lure of challenge, power, or progress up the ladder. If you have changed, it may be time to find work more congruent with your desires at this life stage. Shift to a better environment. Drill down to determine which aspects of your current work or environment make you unhappy. Is it the people you work with? Your employer's values? The pace of business? Your boss's management style? Look for similar work in an environment that provides a better match for your needs. If you like your industry and your company, research the possibility of a lateral move. If what you find distasteful are the values and the culture, they will often be industry-wide. So sometimes it's necessary to make a completely new move. Position yourself for a buyout. Ask your boss if he or she would be willing to give you a severance package. If your superior doesn't like or respect you, chances are good your request will be taken seriously. Shift to a shadow career. If your industry is going downhill or you are bored with the nature of your work, think about how you can reconfigure to apply your skills in new ways to a shadow of your profession. Examples of reconfiguring skills into shadow careers include a teacher becoming a marketer of educational texts, an occupational therapist starting a business selling health-related products, or a lawyer becoming a recruiter specializing in hiring lawyers. Build a portfolio career. This kind of career combines multiple income-producing streams with non-income generating activities that are personally satisfying. It can be an interesting way to revive a dying career, especially for older workers. There are many different kinds of portfolio designs. Income-producing activities might include consulting, technical writing, teaching night courses, and pitching in to help a friend's business. Activities of personal interest might include a combination of volunteering, learning a new skill that in the long term could become a source of income, pursuing a personal passion, and mentoring. 5.3 Powerful ways to grow in your career and get success. You're tired of not achieving what you feel you deserve. Your career appears to be on a treadmill, though. You attempt to move forward but you just stay in place. These days, one of the biggest concerns in the corporate world is the need to grow in your job. As the corporate world is getting competitive every minute, many of us are trying too hard to stay in the league. How can you ever break out of this cycle of stagnation? To overcome this, let's take a look at sure-shot ways with which you can grow in your job. Method 1. Honing your skills. Having a growth mindset. Having a growth mindset is something that's extremely important when looking to advance your career through learning. Research shows that people with a growth mindset achieve more because of their focus on learning. Tips for having a growth mindset. Ask for feedback from your mentors, such as managers, colleagues you work closely with, or leaders on your team. Position the feedback conversation with growth in mind. Try asking questions like, as I'm working through this new skill, what are areas that you believe I could improve on? Above all, be honest with those that can help you. Communicate to them that you want to grow and keep the growth mindset in mind and focus on what you want to improve. Build a solid network. Relationships are an essential part of your personal and professional life. Whether it's with your current or former employer, building a solid foundation of professional connections is critical. Clients, peers, and subordinates, in addition to your management team, can all validate the quality of your work. Thoughtfully build your network and continue to learn from every level. Make LinkedIn work for you. If you haven't already, create your LinkedIn profile, add your skills and contributions to beef up your profile. Endorse your colleagues and request their endorsement. A nod from your peers, or a positive review from a previous client, speaks volumes on LinkedIn. Create your own opportunities. First things first, when you want to develop yourself, you must look forward to creating opportunities on your own. Take initiative to come out of your comfort zone and understand the working of your organization. See how your business is run and who the key people are. By doing so, you can design your way of working which must be at par with the direction of your organization. You can also create enough opportunities by building a network within your workplace. Venture out with your team-led and coworkers often, strike healthy conversations at lunch, or call for quick meetings during break times. Discussing official as well as unofficial ideas can help you set up a structured network. Speak up before an opportunity arises. Sometimes a colleague gets promoted or a new hire comes in for a job you never even knew existed, a job you would have applied for if you'd known about it. How can you get these hidden jobs? By speaking up sooner rather than later. This doesn't mean that you need to bombard your boss with information on how you'd like to proceed with your career, but it does mean letting her know the paths you're interested in. Your annual review is a great time to talk about these things. As you're setting your goals for the next year, talk about what you want to do and ask for assignments that will help you achieve this. If you want to manage people, tell your boss and ask her to make you the team leader on a project. If you want to move from tax accounting to auditing, ask if you can work with any special projects or cross-functional teams. Method 2. Increasing your value. Do things without being asked. Go above and beyond your job description. From small tasks to initiating major projects, be a self-starter and don't make your bosses have to micromanage you. Examples could include anything from picking up a piece of crumpled paper in the office to designing an easier way of taking inventory. Continuing to learn about your current workplace is essential. The more you know about your company's operations and goals, the easier it is to anticipate ways to make yourself useful. Learn to delegate. Delegating will become an essential skill as you grow in your career and eventually reach management levels. Start thinking about how you would assign roles to make a project's execution more efficient and to reap the benefits of team members' distinct skills. If you're not in a management position, imagine hypothetical ways you'd divide tasks for projects you're working on, and pay attention to how your manager delegates. When you're given responsibility over a team for the first time, familiarize yourself with each member's skills and assign appropriate tasks. Build your personal branding. Sometimes when you're not having any project in your hands, do things that can probably build your personal brand. It is a favorable way to allow yourself to learn and explore new horizons while enhancing your profile. Polish your personality development skills by signing up for public speaking at conferences or workshops. Post-which, an interactive session like Q&A can surely serve the purpose. After all, building one's personal brand doubles the chances to join strategic initiatives and move out of your day-to-day job for some time. Method 3. Look for a change. It is not always possible to grow in a same position you are in, and might be your company cannot provide you enough opportunities to let you grow and achieve the goal you desired for yourself. This calls for a change. When looking at the big picture, plan effectively, build relationships and execute a growth strategy with guidance from your mentor to progress to the next stage in your career. Switch jobs when looking for growth. There's no longer a perception that changing jobs is flaky or disloyal. Those who change jobs every 3 years or so make more money than employees who stay with a company longer. Over the course of a lifetime, job hoppers are believed to make at least 50% more money. In addition to increased earnings, you'll also broaden your contacts list, gain new skills, and encounter new ways of operating and organizing a company. Choose jobs with challenges that exceed your skills. Necessity is the mother of invention, and you're more likely to gain new abilities when challenges exceed your skills. Avoid getting complacent with your current responsibilities. If you're bored, try to find new responsibilities at your current job or look for a more challenging position elsewhere. Conclusion: life is satisfying and worth living when you know you are making the most of your potential and evolving, both professionally and personally. Ultimately, your career growth is your responsibility, so take charge.